This should be a little bit exciting, so hopefully you'll stay tuned. This is a special reaction from one of our longtime subscribers that we call Fantastics. I wanted to surprise her um, because she said something to me in the comments that made me smile. So this channel reacts to Home Free a lot, and collectively as a group, and some individual reactions to them doing solo things. So I had mentioned Adam Rupp, and she had mentioned in the comments that he lives and he's from Mankato, Minnesota. The thing that made me smile about that is, if you didn't know, fun fact, Tazzz loves Little House on the Prairie. I've watched every season, every episode, seen all the reruns, still watch reruns to this day. Love, love, love that show. I'll forever love that show until the day I stop breathing. So that reference to Mankato, Minnesota, if you're a fan too, you know why I got excited. So I didn't know about that about him. So she had mentioned when she had mentioned that, I said, let me find something with him. So, but this isn't an actual music video from Adam Rupp. It's his home. So I thought it'd be really cool to check that out. And at the same time, I want to give respect, and I want to give a big old thank you for letting me know to Grandma Karen. Thank you, Grandma Karen. Love and adore you. Very virtual heart. Um, all right, let's get right into it. Since this is not a music video, we do these a little bit differently. I will pause this several times throughout, because we only run through music videos because I don't like pausing those. But this is a little bit different. So I'm reacting to, I guess, a walkthrough. We'll see. So here we go.
Welcome. This is my casa. Let me show you around. Ah, the cat got out. All right, well, we're gonna have to cut the next two scenes while we try to get the cat back inside. He's underneath the lattice. There's no way.
Well, I had to pause it right there because I just love the cool imperfection. You know, there's some people who may be perfectionists who may have edited all of that out, but I like how he kept that in there. It just shows us more of his human side, because guess what? He's human. So I like how he kept that in there. Just that little detail makes me appreciate him more. He's like, I'm keeping that in there. Because that happens. Sometimes you open up the door and the cat gets out. Here we go.
I have to get milk out or something? I don't know.
What do we have to do to get the cat?
We had to spray him with a hose. Okay, crazy kitty, crazy kitty.
Show me. Oh, show me. Give me the cat.
Well, that was fun. Well, we got the cat back in, and I suffered the consequences. Just nice scratched up bloody arm, so that's great. You gotta love those cats, man. But I'd love to show you my favorite room of my house. This is where all of my adventuring happens, my gaming happens. Come on in, take a look. Welcome to my dungeon lair. Over here we have a bunch of different minis that a friend of mine has painted. This took him about 60 hours, an entire season of Game of Thrones to paint.
Oh my God, he said Game of Thrones. Tazzz likes Game of Thrones. Tazzz has watched I like how I talk to myself in third person. I watched every episode, every season. It was saddened when it ended, but I watched some of the spinoffs, or one of the spinoffs. Love that show. I like that he's showing his nerdy self. I like to know that he's a nerd, because I'm a nerd. I like playing video games. I've actually made a few video games as well, 2 indie video games that if you ever want to check that out, they're actually for sale under the store tab of our virtual store, and on Steam. But seeing that he has this whole dungeon or den or whatever like that, and dragons and things like that, like, makes me think he's even cooler than I already thought. So far I'm loving this. Thanks, Grandma Karen.
Got this for us. I don't think he actually knows who Homefries is, but he was kind enough to just put that on there, which is cool. When I need a break from gaming, I have another way to take a break, and that is this little listening area that I put together. It sounds awesome, and just to give you a taste of how it is. Of course, with old electronics, it's a little touchy, so sometimes it's a little staticky before it. Okay, so that was fun and all, but let's go to the Beat Lab so I can show you where all the Homefries drums come from. We're in my office, and I'm going to show a little bit of the process of how the drums are made for every song that we do. Alright, so this is just some drums do, so this is it without the drums.
Well, I ain't first class, but I ain't white trash. I'm wild and a little crazy too.
Yeah, I'll do a take here so you can kind of see how. Here we go.
First class, but I ain't white trash. I'm wild and a little crazy too. Some girls don't like boys like me. Some girls.
What I'm going to do is I'm going to pull out the different elements. This way we can emphasize certain things. So let's see here. So now what I've done is I've taken my kicks and my snares and I put them on a different track, and then you get this final result.
That part there is really, really cool. The excuse me, seeing behind the scenes of how he like brings that into fruition, his beatboxing style, and then mixes it with the songs is really cool. I used to mess around with that type of software a little bit. Like it was called Fruity Loops. I messed with that a little bit, and some other one, but I can't remember the name. But I didn't do it heavily. It was more like a hobby thing, just to try to have more in my repertoire of music and know how to do certain things. But he does this for a living, so seeing that was really cool, and he just has really good beatboxing style. So I'm glad he showed that in this video. So let's get back to it. Here we go.
So right here, this is a live take. This is what I did right into the microphone. And then you can see how choppy it is. I pull out the snares and I can, get the dry snare right there. This is the throat bass right there. So I've separated the throat bass out so I can get the mixing correctly done in these crashes, etc., etc., etc. And yeah, that's basically it. Let's find some Homefries memorabilia though. That's what we're trying to search for. Oh, this is the first time we were at the Opry. That's our debut right there. Look at that. Huh.
Are you ready to rumble?
There we go. The very first instructional video that I learned how to beatbox. It's all about the point. This is, I think, technically the very first thing that we ever, I guess, made. 2004, ladies and gentlemen. This was the next thing we did. This is an old concert poster. All right, just.
Oh, 2004. 2004, like I didn't know it was that long. I'm bad with time frames sometimes, so going on almost 21 years, like wow, I didn't know it was that far back that they've gone. So that was cool seeing that. And it's cool seeing them also with the wrestler's belt on. Did you know about that, Grandma Karen? He likes wrestling and stuff like that. So hopefully you're smiling at this. Let me know, by the way, if you've seen this before, because I know you've seen probably all of Homefries music videos and stuff, but I sometimes feel when it comes to like little like documentaries and stuff like that, maybe not all of their fans have seen everything, and that goes for all artists. So let us know if you've seen this before or not. So let's get back to it.
Just in my closet right now just to try and find some of this fan-made stuff. These were given to us. I still have them. They're just knitted slippers. I like that. That was not a fun game. Well, I've kept like every single piece of clothing that we've ever made. This is a fan-made kaleidoscope. All right, everyone. It's time for the Mac Daddy of memorabilia. Behind this garage door is the vehicle that Homefries toured in for the majority of its career before the sing-off. You ready to see this beast? Here we go. These tires here, man, these are Goodyear tires. They're full of flat. But look at these rims, man. Listen to this. There it is. I think every member has at one point either caused an accident in this van or damaged the van in some fashion. This is what I love to do on my time off when I'm not touring.
I love his sense of humor. He's like trying to blame everybody. Oh, we all had a part in accidents in this vehicle, and then the fingers are pointing at him. So I love his comedic nature. I love it when any musician or artist shows us a different side of themselves, so we get to know more about them and feel like we're like hanging out with them almost. So it's cool to know he has a comedic sense to him. So yeah, that's funny. Here we go.
We get together and we really dive into gaming. This is Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition. I am the Dungeon Master, so I am going to reveal to them what they encounter, and then they make choices, and dice rolls will represent the randomness of the environment and just existence. Alright, this is the Dungeon of Doom. We have spent about 50 hours in this dungeon over about 10 different sessions. Currently entering Encounter Zone 12. So with that being said, they are entering back into this central room called the Menagerie, where they came across a female demon-like creature known as Osraline, which will be played by none other than Abe Sword.
Hi.
Welcome to the next episode of Dungeon of Doom.
That's right, I got my shield up. We're done for. Sort of Andronicus.
We're all dead.
You say Sasul.
Dear souls, an injustice has been visited upon you.
It is a 10. That's a hit. This last encounter that we ended up starting was a mistake because it ended up spawning like 22 different freaking insectoid creatures upon them. Thankfully, Abe used this amazing spell that just decimated everything in sight. They got one guy left to beat.
Man.
All right, that's what we're gonna call it tonight.
5 hours. Oh my God. And I thought I beat everybody when I used to play Monopoly. Sometimes when I played Monopoly back in the day, it lasted. I think one time it lasted 4 hours. And I wanted to like open up the window and jump. But 5 hours. I heard of people that played Dungeons and Dragons. I knew some personally. That's just not my vibe. Like, but I'm glad that there's so many different types of entertainment out there that can appease all various types of people. But it's still cool to know that he's a gamer, he's a nerd, he does all these other things to have fun outside of music. So I like that. It's cool knowing a little bit more about him. So this is all new to me. I didn't know any of this stuff. So let us know if there's anything in here that you didn't know or did know. Let us know if you're a Dungeons and Dragons aficionado, I guess you call it maybe. Let's get back into it. It's almost over.
Okay. All right, everyone. I showed you a little bit about my life outside of Home Free. Showed you the van, showed you the Beat Lab, showed you the gaming, and we always like to end things off with a nice fire. So we're out at the fire pit now from the wood we chopped earlier. It's great to have a nice fire pit amongst friends at the end of a night. So now that we've done this, thanks for stopping by, and get the out of here. I mean it. Go.
That was cool. That was a really good treat for me. So again, I want to thank Grandma Karen, because if she didn't tell me that he's from Mankato, Minnesota, that wouldn't have got me all happy and excited, because I'm a Little House on the Prairies fan, which then made me want to look for something to give him special types of props and homage. And I'm glad I chose this one. I didn't want to do necessarily a music video, I wanted to see if there was something else out there, and this one jumped up in my vision. So I'm happy I picked this one because I didn't know what to expect, but I'm pleasantly surprised. There's no ass or pass on these type of things that are not music videos. It's just for enjoyment and support. This is still to gain exposure and notoriety and support. In this case, to Adam Rupp. And then just to share joy with you all. Maybe you didn't see this before. If you did, maybe you just want to reminisce. So thanks. Tell us your thoughts of how you felt in here, and tell us again if there's something you saw in here that you never knew before. Um, I'm happy about that. So this is Tazzz with Tazzz N Philly, and I want y'all to take it easy and keep it breezy.